Well, hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you are joining me today because we are kicking off summer break with lots of summer organization. So it is officially summer break here and I've got some organizing that I want to do for all of the things to get us ready for summer. I have a closet that needs organized with all of our like toys, art supplies, that kind of thing. I've got some little like routines and schedules I want to get printed out and hung up just to kind of keep us going. I need to get all our summer supplies like our towels and our sunglasses and our sunscreen and just all of those great summery things organized. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I had plans and full intentions of doing this before the kids were officially on summer break, but just with how busy the end of the school year got, it just did not happen. So here we are at the start of summer break and I'm gonna finally start to get prepped for summer break. But first, before we do that, I'm gonna need some strong iced coffee this morning. So I've got my Starbucks iced coffee right here that I like to do right now, and my favorite Starbucks oat milk creamer. So we are gonna make an iced coffee real quick and then we'll get into the organizing. All right, I've organized this closet before, but it definitely needs some reorganizing now, and we need to get some of this craft and art supply stuff ready for summer. Plus, our vacuum is like barely fitting in here, so I need to rearrange some stuff and get this fitting in here all better. We've been storing some of our extra snacks in here for lunches and things like that, but I'm gonna try to get those out of here as well and just get this closet much more functional so that way as we head into summer break, we have this functioning for us and able to utilize all this stuff much more easily. Okay, so the plan for this closet is to try to declutter it, obviously, and get some of the things out of here that don't need to be in here. But the main thing is to make room and declutter one of these plastic drawers so that way I can make room for this new tiered cart that I purchased off of Amazon to kind of help us stay organized for all of our activities and our art supplies and things like that for summer. So I'm just going to be combining some of these things and decluttering some of it so that I can take out one of these plastic carts with the drawers, get that completely out of there, and make room for the new organizer. Okay, so our sensory table used to be upstairs, and so I kept a lot of our like sensory table stuff in this closet. But now our sensory table is in the basement, so I'm going to try to move all of this sensory table stuff like this downstairs so that way it's with the sensory table and we'll free up some space here in the closet. So here is like a lot of sensory bin items. We got bugs, we got coins. I'm going to clean out some of this stuff and trash, I guess. I'm going to clean out some of this, and then like I said, we're going to get some of this stuff for the sensory bin moved down to the basement and we'll be good to go.
I don't know what I would do if I heard your voice across the room at some party in some house with music that's way too loud. I would probably act all cool and nice, try to be seen by your eyes, secretly hoping you notice me, wishing you know it's somebody. So if you're not taken.
All right, in this other bucket we have a bunch of these little scribble buddies. What are these called? Scribble scrubbies. That's what it is. Scribble scrubbies. We have a bunch of these, but a lot of them, these are pretty old, honestly. I think we forget about them up here. I might keep a few of them, but we have a ton of them, and a lot of them are like stained, because the point is to be able to color them and then wash it off, but these don't even wash off anymore. So the ones that are stained I'll probably get rid of, but I might keep a few, but honestly my kids don't use them very much, so I might just get rid of them all. We'll see how I'm feeling here in a minute.
Wake up, fill up each other's empty cups, share stories from our lives, from when we said goodbye. We could try to find what we left behind, take the good from the bad, leave the rest to the time. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we could start.
All right, we cleaned out the scribble scrubbies. We cleaned out all of the sensory bin box. So now I think this one's going to become some of our craft supplies that are in there that we don't use all the time, but I want to have on hand. And then this is going to be some of our like craft kits, because we've got some of these full-on kits that I think I'm just going to keep in here for now. A tie-dye kit we're going to hopefully get to this summer. Try it that way. Let's see, another painting kit. And this whole pile right in here so far is trash. We've gathered that pretty quickly so far. All of these games back in here are too big for our other game little cupboard, so they kind of get shoved in here. But I'm going to see if they can fit up on the shelf above now that I've cleared some of that out.
We could try to find what we left behind. Take the good from the bad, leave the rest to the time. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we can start over. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we can start over.
Now I'm going to start going through the drawers and clearing out what I can and trying to condense it into here for all our craft supplies.
Start over, start over. Would it feel like the good old days before we fell out of love and we parted ways? We got too used to fighting, all we did was surviving. Maybe we can laugh at what we used to say, analyze all of the games that we played.
Trash. Trash. Trash.
So we can talk until the birds wake up, fill up each other's empty cups, share stories from our lives, from when we said goodbye. We could try to find what we left behind, take the good from the bad, leave the rest to the time. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we can start over. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we can start over. I've been dreaming about you again, so someone else hold your hands. Look like you were more than friends and he loved you better than me. But even though I do know why, we're feeling better living separate lives. I've been wondering what it'll be like if you and I would start over, start over. So let's talk until the birds wake up, fill up each other's empty cups, share stories from our lives, from when we said goodbye. We can try to find what we left behind, take the good from the bad, leave the rest to the time. If we feel the same when we're sober, then maybe we can start over, start over. Can we start over?
So I was able to condense all the craft stuff into this bin. Got paints, streamers, pipe cleaners, all the stuff we need for arts and crafts will be in here.
I found a book, it spoke of stars, ancient words and distant scars. Pages turn in time, our minds. In the silence, I'll find my mind. Through the veil, I start to see echoes of eternity.
Here's the top with our bins and our board games up here now. All of this is trash.
Like the spirits hide in the space where dreams can fly. Take me where the colors breathe, in the light of the mind I'll be. A A journey through the endless sky. I'm waking up, I'm born to fly. Ceremonies, ancient chants, rituals and sacred dance.
So here I was going to attempt to put together the little tiered cart that I got from Amazon, but as you can see, the box is damaged, and as I opened it up further, you can see that the cart itself is actually damaged. So I'm going to have to send that back and get a new one. Okay, well, since I cannot finish putting together our little art cart and getting the closet finished up today, I'll have to return that cart because it's all dented and bent and can't be put together. And I gotta wait for a new one to get here probably in 2 days from Amazon. But I can at least finish up getting some of our other things organized for summer. I need to get our sunscreen organized, some of our like sunglasses ready, and some of our beach towels. So I try to get like our little area, little mudroom, laundry room, an area right where we go out into our garage. I try to get that organized so we have everything we need for summer, all the outdoor things, towels, sunglasses, sunscreen, all of that. So I'm gonna get that organized, and then we will come back to the art cart once a new one gets here. So here is my plastic bin that I use for sunscreen. As you can see from how dirty it is, it typically lives in our garage. So this has been out there since last summer and has clearly gathered some dirt and debris. So I'm going to give it a good clean, and then we're going to restock it with sunscreen and get it put back out in the garage so that it's ready to go to be used when we're playing outside this summer.
The air is thick with something more, a shift of soul at every door. Through the fog I feel the spark, a connection to the heart. Whispers in the cosmic sea, a universe.
This is the kind right here I love for the kids, especially for their face, but honestly for everywhere. And it does go a long way. It's the stick version instead of the lotion, which is nice because it doesn't get as goopy. But it's supposed to be a cleaner version, and we've used this the last couple summers and have had no issues with burns or anything like that. So this is my favorite. I usually keep several of these on hand. This is the only one I've got right now, so I need to actually order a couple more just to make sure, because they are small, so we do tend to misplace them or lose them in big bags for the summer. But so I need to order some more of these, but we've got one to at least get us started here.
Inside of me, take me where the colors breathe.
Couple of quick things I'm going to do here in our laundry room to get us ready for summer. I have a couple bins up here that I usually use for either keeping a set of swimsuits down here, and I definitely use one to keep some towels down here. So I'm going to get some of our beach towels pulled down from the towel closet, get them rolled and put in here. And then I've also been searching for a way to organize our sunglasses and make them easy to grab and see and reach for the kids. I have this leftover from work paper, just like a paper file holder or whatever, but I think I might use this for sunglasses, and I don't know if I might leave it sitting here on the washer and dryer, or I thought about kind of fits real nicely right in here, and then I can put some sunglasses in there. I'm not real sure yet. I don't even know if it's going to be a perfect solution, but we're going to see if this works better this summer.
In the light of the mind I'll be, a journey through the endless sky. I'm waking up, I'm born to fly. In altered states I lose control, but find the truth inside my soul. A kaleidoscope of light where day and night are all the same. Take me where the colors breathe. In the light of the mind I'll be, a journey through.
Okay, so at the start of every summer break, I try to get a little bit of a routine going, and I try to have a few handouts ready that just help us kind of get into the routine of summer. I found the years that I just let everything kind of start naturally, it ends up being chaos, and I've learned very quickly with my kiddos, they like structure, they like routine, so we're going to continue that in the summer. It's not going to be super rigid, but there's at least a few things that I've printed out and that I'm going to have in place to kind of help us have routine, but also with some flexibility. So the first thing I have printed off here is a checklist for my kids that they're going to use to be able to earn their like iPad time. They do get like a little bit of like TV time first thing in the morning while we're all kind of waking up and I'm getting my coffee, but beyond that, like the rest of their like iPad time, video game time, that is all time that they get designated later in the day, usually like late afternoon when everybody's needing a break. That is like when our screen time is, and they have to have earned it by doing their little checklist of things. And it's just simple since the kids are still kind of learning and it is summer, but it's just things like you have to have eaten breakfast, you have to get dressed for the day, take your vitamins, make your bed. That's a new one this year. They're expected to make their beds every day. Doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, just some point in the day. 20 to 30 minutes of something educational. We do all kinds of small educational things, and that will count. Something like me reading to them out loud counts, or they can read a book or listen to an audiobook, or we'll do like some sort of educational like little craft or game or something like that. Just something like that to kind of keep their brains going a little bit this summer. And then 20 to 30 minutes of some type of activity, physical activity, going outside and playing sports, riding our bikes or our scooters, or just something like that to keep their body moving so that we're not just sitting in front of a screen all summer. So that's one of the little routines that I'm going to try to use for us in the mornings to kind of give us a little bit of structure with lots of flexibility. And then this is just kind of a fun one that I like to do, and it helps. It's just like a daily kind of planner. On Sundays, we will kind of sit down and like the kids and I will talk about what do we want to do this week? Is there anything specific we want to go do? Most weeks we do a library trip. We've got parks and splash pads near us. We have pool passes. So we kind of like look ahead at the weather, look at the days, and kind of try to plan out our week so that we've got like something maybe each day. I don't try to like fill up our days, but once again, my kids like to get out of the house and do things. So just having something on our schedule for them to see and know these things to look forward to and know that's what's going on also helps them. They like to know what's coming. So I think that helps them kind of plan their day in their head too. So these are the things I'm going to go get these hung up and ready for us to use for this summer. And hopefully it's going to keep us in routine and a little more organized and just help everything run a little bit more smoothly. I'm waking up, I'm born to fly. And the next thing I want to do to keep us organized and on top of everything is get our calendar updated for the upcoming month of June. So we definitely have some sports camps that the kids are doing. We have some kind of like doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, sports physicals, all of those kinds of things that are on the calendar that I want to get put on here, because I know as I get going in the summer, I sometimes lose track of what day it is, what month it is. So I definitely have to have this calendar to keep us organized, to make sure we make it to all of our summer things. In altered states, I lose control, but find the truth inside my soul. A kaleidoscope of light where day and night are all the same. I found a way, I saw the signs. Okay, let's try this again. So about 2 or 3 days ago, I started the closet project, and I had a new cart that I'd planned on putting together that day. I don't know if I still have a clip of it, but I'd started to open up the cart that I'd ordered from Amazon, and when I was opening the box was damaged, and then the whole metal cart inside of it was bent and damaged. So I had to reorder it, send that one back, and now we can complete that project. It was supposed to be a one-day quick project to get that closet cleaned up, and that unfortunately derailed it. So we're back at it today. Hopefully we're getting ready to open this one. You can see it's just this kind of little tiered cart that we're going to use for this summer to keep us organized, to keep all our like markers, crafts, papers, all of that organized. Hi, Sully. What you doing? Anyway, so I'm gonna get this one open. Hopefully this one's in better shape. We'll get it put together and finally finish up getting our closet together so that it's ready to go for summer break. So here is a look at the completed cart. It is finally finished and put together and ready for us to use and to organize. I like that it's got like the 3 tiers to it. It's got lots of room for storage, so it should be just what we need for this summer. Okay, now it is time to try to stock this cart. My plan is to have a lot of the arts and crafts in here, markers, paint, these little like dot paint daubers, and then along with some pens. And then along with that, I would like to have a bunch of different like little independent activities, whether it's a little bit of crafts, coloring, sticker books, puzzles, things like that. So I'm gonna try to like divvy that up because my hope is not only can I pull this out for like arts and crafts time, but like if I'm needing something to keep them busy while I'm cleaning up or cooking or trying to get other stuff done around the house, I can pull out the cart and say, find something to do on the cart because it's independent playtime. So that's kind of the thought process with all of this. Just kind of have it all in one and they just kind of can grab what they want, play with it, put it back, that kind of thing. But I'm gonna try to get this organized. I do have, like I said, I got some sticker books and like little activity books for them to do. This one's kind of cool. It's a book of brackets and it's literally different brackets of choices where the kids go through and choose their favorite till they get all the way to the middle to see what the winning item is or whatever. I just thought that was very different and cute, and especially for like if you have sports lovers. So there's that. I also have other things printed off and kind of like organized here in little bags. These are just like color by number sheets. All those kinds of things that attempt to have like a little bit of education tied in while still being fun and occupying their time. So that's what we're gonna try to organize all of this. Let's see how it goes.
Looking over my shoulder like I'm waiting for you to come over all the time. Do you believe in something?
Just a few other little like sticker books, coloring books, that kind of thing. Paint with water books. Gosh, these are always so nice and easy. My kids also each came home from school for the summer with like a little school box that was sent home with like markers, crayons, scissors, colored pencils, that kind of thing. So they each already have one kind of set that they can grab some of their individual stuff, because God forbid they have to share, right? But they each have their own container of stuff that they can grab for like the markers and crayons. It's the other stuff over here that the like paints and pens and other things like that they can share. So here's a look at the cart so far. I'm not for sure it's gonna stay this way. This is kind of just the first way I put it together, so we'll see how it goes. So again, each of their school boxes. This is like a little thing of like coloring pencils and ruler and like measuring stuff, or if they wanna use a ruler for drawing, whatever, I don't know. Here's the little paint bin. So this paint, we got the paint daubers, and then paint brushes are at the bottom here. Again, we've got some pens. I'm sure we're gonna fill those up with some markers, crayons, colored pencils, something. Down here again is like the sticker book, activity book, and then like some of the other paper worksheets, workbooks, I Spies, that kind of thing. And then down here, some of like the independent play activities that they can hopefully grab and use. There's some like I Spy cards. There's like a memory matching game back there. This is like a little like design, build your own designs. kind of thing. We've got some puzzles, just those kinds of things. So I think that's what I'm gonna keep. I might add some like little like Play-Doh, slime, that kind of stuff down here too. Although the slime we usually save for outside. Maybe some Play-Doh or something like that down there. But I think this is a pretty good start for our little art cart. Oh, and I of course can't forget, we've got some beads for bracelet making and that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna add that down in here as well. There we go. All right, after scooting some things around, we have some debris to clean up. I'm gonna grab the vacuum, we're gonna clean that up and get everything put back in this closet.
Something pulling us towards a connection that forever could change our direction, like the wings of a butterfly. I never was one to save it. Everything has a reason. I never was one to pray for everything in its season.
What I love about this being a rolling cart, and my hope is that the kids can just kind of grab it when they're ready for it, pull it out, and we're done. It rolls right back in, and we're good to go, making it as easy as possible. That's the name of the game for this summer, making everything as easy and smooth as possible. Here's the top with our bins and our board games up here now. All right, here we go. Still a lot of stuff for a small closet, but it's at least, I'm glad we have the rolling cart. I think that's gonna be much more functional. Our vacuum actually fits all the way in here a little better. We can access our paper towels a little easier. I wish I had another like little utility closet for these types of things to go in, but unfortunately this is it for the main floor unless we want to move this downstairs. But this big guy, I do not like having to lug up and down the stairs if I don't have to. So this is just kind of what it is. Is it perfect? No, but is it going to function for what we need? I'm sure hoping so. Okay, well that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I finally got all of our organizing and our prep done for summer, and it feels so good to have that done, and we can just head right into summer break. So I hope you got some motivation and some organizational ideas from today's video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next one.